Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Community of Practice for Inclusive Career Pathways, brought to you by WINTAC, LEAD, and Southeast ADA Center. Listening to the meeting. The audio for today's meeting can be accessed using computer audio or by calling in by phone. If you select computer audio, please make sure your speakers are turned on or your headphones are plugged in. If you prefer to listen by phone, please dial 1-929-205-6099. The meeting code is 758-221-655. Captioning. Real-time captioning is being provided for this meeting. The captions can be found by clicking on the CC button at the bottom of the screen. If you do not see the captions after clicking the button, please use the chat box to send a message to the host. If the host is unable to resolve the issue, they will send you a link to view captions in your browser. For Q&A, please use the chat box to send any questions you have during the meeting, and we will direct the questions accordingly during the Q&A portion. If you are listening by phone only, you may email questions to Shannon Edom at sedam@ndi-inc.org. Please note, this meeting is being recorded and the materials will be posted on the Career Pathways Community of Practice website at wintac.org. If you experience any technical difficulties during the webinar, please use the chat box to send a message to the host, WINTAC NDI, or email Shannon Edom at sedam@ndi-inc.org. The very last housekeeping issue, I currently have everyone on mute. During Q&A, you may also use the raise hand feature, which is located in the participants box towards the bottom, which is also on the control panel near the chat box. You may raise your hand and we can call on you to ask your question via voice instead of chat. That said, I'm going to pass it over to Nikki Powis.
Thanks, Shannon. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Oh, good, good. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to our Community of Practice meeting. If this is the first time that you're joining us, we do have these meetings every other month and try to bring you really relevant topics to the work that you're doing. So always sort of start off with a little bit about the Community of Practice in case it is your first time joining us and you'd like to get more information and access the resources that are online. So again, thanks for being here. This webinar is brought to you by the Community of Practice for Inclusive Career Pathways through the Workforce Innovation Technical Assistance Center, or WINTAC, the LEAD Center, and the Southeast ADA Center. The community really supports and shares ideas and insights across all partners working together to increase career opportunities for individuals with disabilities through a career pathways framework. So to join the Community of Practice online, you can visit the link that's at the bottom of this slide, www.wintac.org. And really, there's a lot of resources there, and you can ask us if you'd like certain topics and really be interactive with us and hear some stories and join. So always encourage anyone that's listening in, if you'd like to join and stay connected a little bit beyond our every other month meetings that we have with the specialized topics. So just already mentioned who is involved in bringing this to you. So our next slide gives you a little bit of a visual of who we are. If you'd like to move it forward for us, Shannon. Perfect. Okay, so joining us today from the LEAD Center is Jamie Robinson, and we'll hear a little bit about the LEAD Center from her in a moment. Brian Ingram is my colleague at WINTAC. He's actually not able to join us today, but there's a picture of him. Myself, Nikki Powis, and then Pam Williamson from the Southeast ADA Center, and we're all the Community of Practice Technical Assistance team members for you. And so we're going to just do a little quick overview of what each of those organizations or programs or projects do, so you get a little bit more idea of who we are and how you can connect individually. So I'm going to turn it over actually to Jamie now, if you want to move the slide, Shannon, and let Jamie tell us a little bit about the LEAD Center. Jamie, just a reminder that you do need to unmute yourself. If you look for yourself in the participant list, there's an unmute button to the right-hand side, or maybe Shannon can do that for us.
Yes, he should be unmuted now.
I wasn't. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I didn't know I was muted over there. Sorry about that. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Nikki. Good to be here with you guys. I'm Jamie Robinson. I work with the LEAD Center, which is part of National Disability Institute. And if you're not familiar with LEAD, our mission is really around advancing sustainable individual and systems level change to result in increased employment and economic self-sufficiency for individuals with disabilities. And we are basically a big hub of information and resources all around WIOA and disability for workforce professionals, disability professionals, partners. Here you have our website at the top, leadcenter.org. All of our social media handles, in addition to our contact information. We often collaborate with and offer our technical assistance to states and local workforce systems and partners all across the country. Also, you have the Drive website here. If you haven't visited that yet, it's pretty incredible. Allows you to kind of hover over a state, your state or others, to view what are the statistics around disability, vocational rehabilitation profile, what's happening in the state in terms of disability employment. And then I also just want to share quickly that we have been working on developing an inclusive career pathways roadmap, which has been really exciting. We are highlighting kind of key drivers, we're calling them, of inclusive career pathways that we glean from a collection of information from states and regions, probably some of you, nationally, including strategies from the Disability Employment Initiative and other disability employment grants and initiatives. So we're really exciting because we're coming down to the end of this now in developing this roadmap. It has various on-ramps for questions and recommended actions and resources and real examples. So we're trying to really help people navigate through all of this to ensure that people with disabilities have access to opportunities in career pathways. So that's it for me, Nikki, unless there's any questions.
No, that's great. Thank you. And again, if anybody does have a question specifically for Jamie or about the LEAD Center, please feel free to type that in chat and we'll try and get to that. Anyway, so I'm going to jump back in with WINTAC. I've already given you the website address at www.wintac.org. There's also our Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn information. And basically, WINTAC's funded through the Rehabilitation Services Administration and supports state vocational rehabilitation agencies and their partners in effectively implementing the requirements of WIOA and really sort of looking at a holistic view to bringing individuals with disabilities into equity and access and reducing stigmas and all of that around employment and career opportunities and all the sort of access points as well. So, but our main focus is to support VR agencies. We're working with pretty much every state in the union right now, but if you happen to be from a state we're not working with you and you'd like to know more about us, please visit our website. And on our website are all the list of assigned state liaisons. So a different person on our team is assigned to each VR program in the nation, and you can find their contact information there. So I'm now going to turn it over to Pam Williamson so she can tell us a little bit about the Southeast ADA Center, who are also one of our partners.
Thank you, Nikki. As Nikki said, I'm Pam Williamson. I'm the Assistant Director of the Southeast ADA Center, and we're part of Burton Blatt Institute at Syracuse University. We're also a member of the ADA National Network, where there are 9 other centers focused on the Americans with Disabilities Act, and we're funded by the National Institute on Disability, Independent Living, and Rehabilitation Research. We provide information, guidance, and training on the Americans with Disabilities Act, and we do that in a variety of methods. One of the main ways we do that is by answering questions that come in via our toll-free hotline, 1-800-949-4232. And our direct line at the Southeast ADA Center is 404-541-9001. We also have a website, adasoutheast.org, and our social media contacts. And we do encourage you to learn more about us and what we do, as well as our colleagues across the nation, because several of you are probably in other regions. One of the things that we're doing at the Southeast ADA Center is that we are focusing on students with disabilities who are transitioning from high school to work or post-secondary education, and trying to assist those students as well as others who are involved in their career pathway and answering questions about how the Americans with Disabilities Act applies in the workplace, career-related training, colleges and universities. And these questions may be anything from the need for reasonable accommodations on the job or in the classroom, both in person and online, facility access at a particular college or university, and or the need for effective communication for students who are blind, deaf, or have speech disabilities. So we are very privileged to partner with both WINTAC and LEAD to host the Career Pathways Community of Practice, and look forward to learning with you today about the Modern States Initiative.
Thanks so much, Pam. And yes, that segues nicely into our topic for today. And as I mentioned, every other month we try to bring you a new topic that's relevant to the work that you're doing in the field and really helpful for those that you serve. So our title today is Expanding Opportunities for Career Pathways Freshman Year for Free. I sort of saw that catchphrase and thought that sounds really cool, and actually heard a talk about Modern States and was super excited. So if you can move on to the next slide, Shannon, that would be fantastic. So, you know, as those of you on the phone or, you know, watching the webinar know that are working with individuals with disabilities and really trying to get folks into higher paid employment, better lifestyles, higher quality of living. You know, we know that career opportunities have been kind of limited oftentimes because of access to the need for academic or technical training or increased credentialing, and things that many employers, and especially in high demand, high growth, and higher wage career opportunities require. So that's been a challenge and a barrier that many of you can probably really relate to. And access to that post-secondary environment with perhaps lack of funding, you know, needing to take care of immediate need by taking that job, even though it may not be the career that you want, but having to immediately make money and trying to balance education and work. And a lot of people with disabilities have transportation issues, and it's really hard to get to an educational facility or career-related training. So, you know, a lot of things. And so one resource that we've found that recognizes the need to make college more accessible and affordable for high school students or college students and adult learners, those with and without disabilities, is Modern States. And I am so excited for everybody to hear more about Modern States and, you know, learn about what they're offering. We're going to have next up to talk to us about that is the Executive Director of Modern States, David Vise. Really honored to have him. He is actually a Pulitzer Prize winning author and has written for the Washington Post, and he can probably also fill us in on the other myriad of things. I know if you Google him, you'll find a lot of published work and books that he's written. So I'm just so excited to turn it over to you, David, to hear more about what you're doing at Modern States and how you're making education accessible. And just a reminder, David, that you were muted, so find yourself on the participant list and unmute you, or Shannon, maybe you can unmute David.
It doesn't appear that he's muted.
Okay. Are you there, David? Jen, I know we've got you online as well. If David's having trouble, are you able to jump in and cover this for us?
Sorry, we were double muted over here. I could potentially, but I know David was really looking forward to doing this, so I'm looking for him on the participant list as well. And I see him there, but it doesn't look like he's connected to the audio.
Oh, is that what happened? Maybe it dropped off.
Yeah, so maybe I was just about to text him.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Was he using a mic? Oh, is he there?
The other thing I can try to do quickly is patch him in through my line.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good
Hello,
idea.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
There
I
we
dialed back in again, started fresh. Okay, sorry to keep everyone waiting. Good afternoon. I'm David Vise, and very excited to be here with all of you to talk about what Modern States is, how it would enable you to help individuals get college credit in an easily accessible way for free, and how it works for learners of all ages, starting with high school grads, college students, college adults who are in college, and those who are thinking about going back to college. So if you could go to the next slide, please. So what is Modern States and how does it work? Modern States is a philanthropy that was launched last year, dedicated to making a college degree more affordable and more accessible. We offer the first ever catalog of tuition-free online courses for more than 30 subjects, all taught by college professors. And this enables learners to earn traditional academic credit at more than 2,900 major colleges and universities across the country. The courses are open to anyone seeking an education. You just have to go to the modernstates.org, modernstates.org website. And we're going to talk today about what credit by exam is and how that works as well. And importantly, there's no cost associated with Modern States. It's an opportunity to earn college credit for free. Next slide, please. So we've talked about the freshman year for free program. Colleges will generally accept up to 8 course credits from the Modern States and CLEP programs, and that means someone can earn their entire freshman year for free. But it also works to earn 1 credit or 2 credits or whatever someone may be able to do for free. And I just want to emphasize this is open to everyone, regardless of race, gender, background, year of study, age, and you'll be able to earn up to 1 year of college credit. Those you're working with will be able to earn up to 1 year of college credit completely free, and you can enroll in 1 course or many. Next slide, please. So the founder of Modern States is the tall guy to the left. He's Steve Klinsky. He has been active in education endeavors for more than 30 years, and he's an active philanthropist who is supporting this initiative. and I'm the short guy on the right. I'm a former journalist for the Washington Post and a Pulitzer Prize winner. And most importantly for today, I am the executive director of Modern States. Next slide, please. So Modern States may sound too good to be true. Free courses, free credits, and all the rest. But as you can see from our media coverage, whether it's in the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, the Chronicle of Higher Education, next slide, please, or many, many, many other publications, we've gotten a lot of media coverage since we launched this last year, and we've got more than 104,000 people who have signed up to take advantage of the Modern States program so far. We want to help make college degree accessible and affordable for more people. We started this organization because the cost of college seemed to us to be too high, and we wanted to do something to help. Next slide, please. So I wanted to give you an example of a student, and here is Eleanor Brock. And Eleanor is one of many people who have to take medical leave from her community college. Her health is preventing her from attending classes in person, but that's not stopping her from getting college credit because she's using Modern States. While at home, she's passed 3 exams under CLEP, which I will explain later, which is part of the Modern States program. And she's earned free college credit, which ultimately will all go toward her degree in chemistry, because Modern States is something you can use from anywhere that you have an internet connection. It's something that works on a cell phone, on a tablet, on a laptop, on a regular PC. And for those who learn more readily through reading than through listening, there is a complete transcript available of what professors say in all of the courses offered on Modern States. I know that Eleanor's words can be an inspiration to those you're helping. Don't give up. Stick with it. Nobody can take your mind away from you. She brings a lot of passion to this, and she's overcoming hurdles through using Modern States. Next slide, please. So how does Modern States work? Well, it's easy. If you're interested in this, you just need to visit modernstates.org, modernstates.org, and in the upper right-hand corner, you register on the website, and then you click on View All Courses, and you will see something that looks like Netflix. You'll see different colored boxes, each with a course inside. And the courses are taught by terrific professors from schools including Rutgers, Purdue, Johns Hopkins, American University, Columbia University, Tufts University, and many others, University of Texas, many, many wonderful colleges. Most importantly, we have instructors who are engaging in the online format. The courses, all 32 courses that we're talking about today, help to prepare individuals for a test offered by the College Board. I'm sure the College Board is familiar to you because the College Board offers the SAT exam, which is well known. But the College Board also offers something that's not as well known. It's called College Level Examination Program, and it's known by the acronym CLEP, C-L-E-P, and I'll be using that throughout the talk. So CLEP exams are offered by the College Board, and we have created 32 courses taught by college professors that would prepare anyone to take and pass CLEP exams using Modern States course materials and free questions and practice tests. And we even pay the application fee and the test fee for everyone. So it's an entirely free program, and it's a philanthropy, and we want to help people earn free college credit. Think of this as an on-ramp to college, or perhaps a road back, or a way to add to the credit someone already has. Next slide, please. You can also think of modern states in the way that you would think of a public library, only in this case, think of it as a digital public library, since it's all online. We offer a catalog of tuition-free courses, and the courses consist of lectures, textbooks, readings, quizzes, and practice tests, all free of charge. And the courses include those you see on your screen: American Government, American Lit, the Sciences, English Literature, Principles of Micro and Macroeconomics, Spanish, and more courses. Some in the business area: Financial Accounting, Introductory Business Law, taught by the former Dean of the Law School at George Washington University, Principles of Management, Principles of Marketing, and other courses including pre-calculus. We've got a whole sequence of math courses which start with college level algebra and college mathematics and move up to pre-calculus and then calculus. Next slide, please. So what does a course look like if you go to modernstates.org? There you have Rebecca Lubow of Rutgers University, and just like you get to watch a trailer on Netflix, if you go to any one of the courses on Modern States, an individual, you or those who you'd be working with, and I'd encourage you to go on the website. It's very easy to use. Click on any course, and you'll be able to watch a professor explain to you what that course is all about, and talk to you about the subject, and that helps learners decide whether that's a course that they think they'd like to take or a professor who they'd like to learn with. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, we've got some terrific college professors from Purdue, Columbia. We have a great math professor from Johns Hopkins. He's really terrific. American University, New York Institute of Technology, Boston College, and these are engaging professors, and they also share in our sense of mission and have passion to do something about the high cost of college. And by putting this online and creating transcripts and doing other things, making this absolutely as accessible as possible, in addition to making it affordable. Next slide, please. So what is credit by exam? Credit by exam means that if you take a CLEP exam, and CLEP exams are offered at over 1,500 locations in the United States every day of the year except federal holidays. Modern States prepares you for the CLEP exams in each of the 32 subjects. The CLEP exams are offered by the College Board. Modern States pays the $87 exam fee by providing a voucher that can be used instead of a credit card. The pass rate for students is 76-77%, which is well above the national average. So the program is working. But you pass one of these tests and you're able to transfer that credit to a college that accepts CLEP credit. And Modern States is committed to running this program and continuing it, and to make it as usable and user-friendly as possible. Next slide, please. Before I continue, I know we've been over a lot, so I'd like to stop here in the middle of the presentation and ask if there are any questions.
Feel free to unmute yourself to ask a question, or you can use the hand raise feature under the participants box and I can unmute your mic for you.
I do see one.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Dave. I was going to say, I do see one question. One question is, how is it free? And do colleges really accept the transfer class as a credit?
It's free because a philanthropist, someone who has done well in business, wants to use his money to help learners, and so he's paying all of these for charity, for philanthropy. Steve Klinsky is making all of this free for everyone, and that's been true so far for over 100,000 people. I believe you also asked whether it's really accepted by colleges and universities. The answer is absolutely accepted by over 2,900 colleges and universities for credit.
This is Andy with the Office of Disability Employment Policy. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great. So my question is, do you have any analytics or any data about how this is utilized for individuals with disabilities, or do you have sort of any kind of data in regards to if students with disabilities are utilizing this sort of program? I think it's phenomenal. I think it's interesting, and we do have a youth component here at the Office of Disability Employment Policy. So before I overshare this presentation, I'd like to know more about any data that you have available.
We don't have data. I don't have data available, which you've asked for, but I can tell you that a very wide range of learners have utilized the program and have done so successfully.
Okay.
But I do not have that data available for you.
Andy,
Thank
this
you.
is Nikki. Andy, this is Nikki. I think, too, as David said, this is only a year-old company, and the conversations that we've had with David, he's really interested in looking at the possibility of making this so that it's, more accessible, and that's part of why we're showing it and highlighting it today, because I'm not sure that the sort of disability stakeholders and world knew about it, and so we're trying, so I think it's sort of not, it's a case of it needs to get out there more, and then maybe
Right.
we'll have a little bit more. Yeah.
What I was thinking, and I'm sorry I missed the piece where it was only a year old, so of course you wouldn't have that kind of data. What I was thinking is maybe a presentation specifically on this for our youth policy team and other teams that are working with youth, because I think that, again, like you said, I didn't know about this program, and of course it's a year old, but I know a ton of individuals that may be able to utilize this. So
Great. Look forward to working with you.
Yeah, so I'm just going down the list. We've got a lot of comments about this sounds awesome. I know there were a couple of other questions, though, I was trying to find. I think one of the, and I'm not finding them now. Shannon, can you help me out? I don't know if oh, okay, I know. It's because you posted the PowerPoint slide and that messed me up. That would be great. So yes, for the question on the PowerPoint presentation, it's posted in the chat. It'll also be on the WINTAC Community of Practice page. David, one of the questions is, what are the timeline for the courses?
Outstanding question. What is the timeline for the course? Each of the courses has tapes that last 12 hours if you watch them at normal speed. To make them more accessible for users, you can also watch it at half speed or 1/2 X, or you can watch it twice as fast at 2X. So that's to make it more readily accessible and personalized for the user. And going at the regular speed or the average speed, it takes about 12 hours. And how long that takes depends on how much time a learner puts in along the way. And the 12 hours does not include the time it takes to take the practice CLEP exam or to answer the CLEP questions along the way. All of the questions, by the way, are multiple choice, and the CLEP exams themselves are multiple choice and offered online on computers. And when someone takes a CLEP exam, they get the results. It's a 90-minute exam, and they get the results immediately upon completion of the exam. And if for some reason someone doesn't pass, they can take the test again after 3 months. Other questions?
That's great, David, because that was one of the questions, is how many times they can take the CLEP exam. So every 3 months?
They can take as many CLEP exams as they want, but if they take a single CLEP exam and they fail to pass the exam, it's on a scale of 70 where 50 is a passing score. If they fail to pass the exam, it can be that same exam can be taken again 3 months later.
Okay, so is 2 the limit, or could you then take it a third time and after another 3 months, or is that?
I think you can take it again after another 3 months, but I have a feeling someone might move on to other courses if they've had 2 experiences with it that didn't turn out to give them credit.
Right, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we've got another couple of questions. So aside from the voucher for the exam fee, how is Modern States different than other online learning sites? And I'm not familiar with these, but like Coursera or Allison.
Well, unlike some of these other sites, Modern States leads to college credit. And unlike some of these other sites, Modern States has really gone the extra mile, I think, to make this extremely high quality. I'm not putting down the other sites. There are wonderful, wonderful things available on the internet. I would just say that this program is the only one I'm aware of that provides everything for free: the textbooks for free, the college credit and the test you need to get that college credit for free, the online courses for free. I don't know of any other program that offers that level of quality. Transcripts for free, really, that's out there. However, I think there are a lot of wonderful resources, and this is one path that people can go. It's certainly not the only path.
Right, thanks. And so another question is, what courses or exam accommodations are provided for learners with disabilities? Of course, you already told us that you can slow up the pace, or, speed it up or do that. And I know that you had also mentioned that every single course has a full transcript available, so it could be, read as well. And I know you and I had a discussion about whether or not your transcript was accessible for screen readers, and I'm not sure that we have that answer yet, but are there any other things that you can think of that might address that question?
No, not at present. I think one of the things is that someone can watch the course and lectures as many times as they want to. And I think that's something that's, for learners with disabilities or without disabilities, that can be an enormous advantage, that you can go at your own pace and you can actually go forward or backward in the course if you didn't understand something, and watch and listen as frequently as you wish until you grasp the concept.
Yeah, and I think what we can do to be helpful is we can take one of the transcripts, if you can share it with us, and we can take a look and see if it's screen reader accessible. So that, might be another possibility as well, so we kind of know that.
Certainly.
Yeah, okay. All right. Just kind of we probably need to move on. Let me just see if
Any
there's
other questions? Questions
yeah,
are good.
No, they're great.
There was one other question about whether or not the videos are captioned.
The videos are not captioned, but you can get a transcript and follow along in that fashion. So the videos themselves are not captioned.
Okay.
But a transcript is available and could be used alongside or with the course.
Okay, thank you.
Great questions.
Yeah, so I think we can move on for right now, David, and then we'll see. I don't see any other ones at the moment. I'll keep looking through the chat.
Okay.
Shannon, has anybody got their hand up? Shall we check that really quickly before we move on?
Let me check.
Any hands. I'm looking right now. No, I don't see any hands. We're good. Okay, David.
So why have we chosen the CLEP exam? Well, it's really one of higher education's best kept secrets. Most people have never heard of the CLEP exam, but it's been around for 50 years. And you can take tests at over 2,000 testing centers in the U.S. There just haven't been courses taught by college professors available to prepare people for these CLEP exams in the past. And so I think it's a game changer, and we're finding an awful lot of folks who are utilizing modern states and CLEP to earn college credits for free and to learn a great deal as well. The courses not only prepare you for the CLEP exams, but they teach you the subject matter quite well. Next slide, please. So how can you find out whether a particular college accepts CLEP for credit? Probably the easiest way is to go to Google and type in the name of a college or university that you have in mind, put that in quotation marks, and then put CLEP in quotation marks, and then Google it, and you will see a page in the university's catalog that will tell you whether a specific college or university accepts this for credit. That's probably the easiest way to do it. You can also go to the College Board's website for CLEP and look and see, but I've found Google to be faster and easier to use than the College Board's website when it comes to finding out. Most of your community colleges and public colleges and universities accept CLEP for credit. Next slide, please. So how do individuals benefit from CLEP? Well, one of the advantages for everybody is accessibility. You can learn anywhere, anytime, day or night. If you have an internet connection, you can listen to the course or watch it on a cell phone, on a laptop, on a desktop computer, on a tablet computing device, really any device that connects to the internet. And if you don't have internet access, there are apps available, and you can download the entire course to watch it in case you have, let's say, internet access somewhere but not somewhere else where you may not have it at home. And you'll be able to watch and listen and learn without internet access by having downloaded the course. It's really an opportunity for learners to save both time and money, taking courses in a matter of weeks as opposed to an entire semester, and taking them from professors who are engaging from top universities. And if you think about it, you really are getting a free education in addition to the college credit, you're getting a free education from professors at universities that charge quite a high price in many cases in tuition. And I think the fact that you can go at your own pace is also a big example of, what makes this accessible. Next slide, please. So who are the learners? We have high school students. We have high school graduates who have not gone on to college. We've got college students. We've got veterans. We've got adult learners who may or may not have gone to college before, for whom this can be a road back into college. We have other adults who just want to get ahead in their careers or in their jobs who are using this. And I just want to emphasize this is available to all people. It's open to everyone. And there's no application necessary. All someone has to do is go to modernstates.org and register. So it's as easy as going to modernstates.org and registering. Next slide, please. So you go to register and enroll at modernstates.org. Then if you click on see all courses, you'll be able to see all the courses and sample them, complete them at your own pace, take the practice questions and the practice exam to prepare for the CLEP exam. And then once you've completed the videos and completed all the practice questions, there is an area on the website that says request a voucher, and you're able to request a voucher, which you'll be able to use to pay for the $87 test fee, and you'll be able to register by phone to take a CLEP exam at a local testing center, and then you'll be able to take the credit with you once you pass an exam to a college or university. So I think it's an extremely simple idea, and it's a very practical program, but it's also innovative in its own way. Next slide, please. Let me stop right here and ask if there are fresh questions.
Don't see any new ones in the chat, David, and I'm just having a look. I don't see anybody's hands up right now. Certainly, if you want to be unmuted and ask a question, reminder to raise your hands there at the bottom of the list of participants where it says raise hand.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, no, I think we're good to keep going right now.
Okay. So, you know, I would encourage you to really think about how you can utilize this program, Modern States, and be able to advise individuals on how to register and how to enroll in a course. And I would encourage you to do that yourself today. Go to modernstates.org, sign up on the website. We're not going to send you any emails. We're not going to, you know, bother you at all. It's really there for your use, and I think if you use it, it'll make it that much easier to help others utilize it. Next slide, please. I think as you've heard today, you can register and enroll at modernstates.org, and that is what the website looks like. In the upper right-hand corner where you have the red circle, that's where you sign up. And where it says explore courses, below the words freshman year for free, that's what you click on to have all the courses displayed so that you can choose from among them. Next slide, please. So I want to thank you very much. And I know that you may have questions that come up outside of the seminar or webinar today. So I want to give you my email address, and I want you to feel free to reach out and contact me if I can help you in any way. I'm available at david@modernstates.org, or if you prefer, you can just call me at area code 202-439-0318, and I will make myself available to answer your questions and provide any guidance that I can about the program. Thank you very, very much, and I hope that you will find this useful with the various individuals and communities you're working with. And I also want to wish everyone who is on this webinar today very, very happy holidays. Thank you.
Thanks, David. I have a couple more questions, actually. I thought I saw in a previous slide off to the side, it looked like a mention of tutoring. Did I misread that?
We offer on our website some links to tutoring services, but they are not available for free. We do have mentoring and perhaps the opportunity to get some of your questions, academic kind of questions, answered on Facebook. We have a Facebook group that is strong and has hundreds and hundreds of members. But as far as formal tutoring is concerned, that's not available for free, but it is available. There's a website, tutors.org, and one other site or two mentioned there. And if someone wants to pay for that type of tutoring, we wanted to make that available. That's why we call it Modern States Education Alliance, and not just Modern States. It's an alliance of organizations.
That's great. And some of our stakeholders on the phone do have funds that can support some tutoring, so that's good to know that there's those resources. And you mentioned mentoring. So, you know, is there sort of some kind of formalized mentoring program, or is it just sort of someone can reach out and say they'd really like to be connected to perhaps another student that's willing to be a mentor? Is it sort of informal? How does that work?
It's informal. There's no formal mentoring in place. It would be a matter of going on the Facebook group and seeking out a mentor.
Right, but it sounds like that's a sort of robust community of students that are taking Modern States courses that are there on the Facebook page, so a great place to kind of connect and get some questions answered.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, let me just have a last look and see if we've got any hands raised. I don't see any.
I want to thank all of you for taking the time today, and I want to thank all of the organizations that have sponsored this webinar and are involved very, very much for giving me the opportunity to talk with you all today.
Yeah, thank you, David. And, you know, I think this is just such an exciting opportunity, and there are a lot of comments in the chat to that effect. You know, not questions per se, but, you know, thank you, this is great. One person even mentioned that not only with the consumers that they're working with, but also their own staff for professional development and things as well. So,
fantastic.
Obviously, yeah, good for everybody. All right, thank you so much for your time, David. We so appreciate it, and I'm sure there may be further follow-up. I know certainly Andy with ODET wants to get a hold of you, and so you know, there may be a springboard into a little bit more beyond this. So thank you again so much.
Certainly. Have a good afternoon.
All right. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jen. Okay. All right. So we've already had our Q&A, so let's move on to our Career Pathways resources. So again, the WINTAC website is up here. There's also a desktop guide on information, resources, and support for inclusive programs and services that was mentioned earlier by Jamie Robinson that the Lead Center put out, and there's a link to this right here. There's a full-blown U.S. Department of Labor, if you're not familiar with it, put out a really good toolkit that was worked on across federal agencies, which is a guide to systems development for career pathways. So if you're not familiar with that, certainly click on that link and take a look. Let's go to the next slide if we can, Shannon. Just again, a little bit of sort of information on career pathways and WIOA, and probably many of you on the phone have already seen the joint federal agency letter that was put out, kind of explaining the federal agency perspective on career pathways. But if you haven't, that's a good one to check out. There's also the career pathways checklist there, and there's some videos that I think we had a previous webinar that sort of went over some of those resources from links, and they have some sort of day in the life videos and stories of how people have gone through career pathways and some education and training and sort of the outcome of that from an individual perspective. So really nice to look at some of those if you're interested in those. Let's move on. And here we all are again. We wanted to make sure that we leave you with our contact information. You can reach out to any one of us on the team. All of our email addresses are there. If you have any other questions that you want to know about from today's presentation, please feel free to email any of us and we will get you some information. And the other thing that we're always wanting to know from our participants is what you want to know about. So, we do offer these every other month, and we sort of come up with topics that folks have said they're interested in, or that we've come across like today's, that we feel are useful to you in the field. But if there's something you have a burning desire to know about, or you really wish we'd do a meeting about, then, please let us know. And get a hold of us and say, hey, can you do a webinar on XYZ? And we'll be happy to this is your community. This is for you to really support you doing the work in the field. And we want it to be valuable and useful. So please let us know. And you can also give us feedback through the Community of Practice online platform that we described at the beginning, that again is found at www.wintac.org. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions. Do any of the rest of the team have any passing words before we say goodbye to everybody?
Thanks, Nikki. This is Jamie. Nope.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. No, I think that was a great, it's something that brings hope and new thinking and innovation and gets you going is a great thing. So thank you.
All right, great. Okay, well, thanks everyone who joined us, and we will talk to you all again in a couple of months. Happy holidays to everyone, and thank you so much to the team for all that you do. Bye, everyone.